Hey guys, welcome back to our channel TechnoSavior. In today's video, I'll show you how can you create or switch app settings in .NET Core based on your deployment environment. So I'll quickly show you what all configurations I've done till now. Okay, so we have our app settings. So in the app settings, I have a SQL connection defined. It contains nothing. For the sake of the demo, I've just added some text so that we'll be able to monitor how the configuration changes. Okay. And next is the starter file. So in the starter file you can see I have just created a new config variable, and this one is used for binding the connections. And if we quickly go into the config class, so this config class contains a property called SQL server. So what it does, in app settings it finds the connection and it maps the properties to the object of the class. Now I have created a singleton object out of it so that it can be injected at any level. Okay, so next we'll see the launch setting.json. Whenever we start our application, so it will try to find what is the launch URL, and this one will become the default URL. As soon as our application starts running, it will try to hit the configuration controller. So if I go to the config controller, I have just added a basic method, HTTP GET method, where it returns you the SQL Server connection string. Note, in the actual system there might be a lot of other operation that you will be doing based on the connection string. Like based on the connection strings, you might be pulling a list of configurations. For example, based on the connection, you might be pulling out a mailing list or some organization details or something else. It might be a dev machine, it might be a QA machine, so the response will vary. So the objective is to show how can we manipulate app settings based on our environments. So if I start this application, let's see what it returns. Okay guys, our application has started and we have reached our debug point. So if I hover over SQL Server, you'll be able to see the response that we are getting is development DB connections. And if I click on continue, the response we got is development DB connections or dev settings. Now up to this point it is all fine. So what if you want to point to QA or deploy this solution in some other server based on some other configuration? Let's assume that your app settings needs to be changed, and this one needs to point to QA connection. So what you have to do is every time you have to change the app settings, there might be 10 or thousands of different configurations. You have to update all of them and then again republish it. So if I rerun the application, we will be able to see our changes. As you can see, development QA connection. So now let's come to the solution. Is there any way so that we can manipulate all these things without changing the app settings continuously? Rather have some kind of a configuration variable. Based on that we will pick up the app settings at runtime. Okay, so first thing, we need to remove these connections from here, which is dependent on environment. The common configurations can be kept at this level. Okay, so what I'll do, I'll remove this and I will add a new file called appsettings.qa.json. And okay, it creates some files which we don't need. We can just remove them, and I will copy this again, and now we will name this appsettings.dev.json. So instead of a single app setting, now we have three app settings. One is just the normal app setting, one is a QA app setting, and one is a dev app setting. Now appsettings.json doesn't contain anything, so we'll just add some kind of value like environment, or you can give whatever name you want. So let's take QA. Okay, now coming back to QA, so that we'll be able to distinguish between the development and the QA environment, I'll just write normally QA connection and QA settings. This one is our development connection and dev settings. Now we have multiple app settings, but how does the application know which app settings to pick up and where the configurations will be defined? So for that we need to go into program.cs. If you see the main method, what it does, it builds all our configurations. So what it creates is a create host builder. So in the host builder, it creates the host based on the default configurations, and then it uses the startup class. The startup class is nothing but the initial class that we saw which was binding our app settings. So let's go back to program.cs. So here, before the startup gets loaded, we need to inject some things. So instead of just relying on the create default builder, we will start injecting our middlewares so that the builder gets built based on our configuration. So we'll write config here, and if you do control space, you will get all the list of configurations that are available. So we are interested in configuring the app config. So we'll select configure app configuration, and if you press control and click on it, you will be able to see what is the method definition. So it accepts a host builder context and iConfiguration builder. iConfiguration builder can be used for deciding which app configuration should be picked up. So let's go back here, and since it was expecting a delegate, so we'll be passing a, and we will pass config. The names can be anything, it doesn't matter. So now using this config variable, we can load our JSON files. So what we can do is, you can write config dot add and control space, so it will list out all the options available for you. Then add JSON file. Since app settings is a JSON file, we are interested in adding a JSON file. Okay, so before adding, let's see what all options are available for us. So first of all, it takes a path, and is it optional or not, and the third, it tells whether on change of any app settings reload is required. We'll just add a JSON file because for us app settings is mandatory. Now apart from this app settings, we also need to decide whether to load our dev app settings or QA app settings. So we can do that by again config dot add JSON file. Now here I will introduce some kind of a variable which will help us in identifying which app settings to pick up. So let's create a variable environment. So how can we control that? So I'll create this app settings dot JSON. Now here I will decide which environment to load. So that will be based on the environment variable. Okay, I missed a semicolon. So now let's quickly run this app and see this in action before making it too dynamic. Okay, so our QA JSON contains QA connection. Now reload it. Okay, so our app is getting loaded. So now it is pointing to QA connection. So now let's change it and see it in action. So now let's change this QA to dev and see whether it loads the dev environment or not. So dev, and I will just restart it. Now it is getting loaded in the new tab. Okay, so as you can see, the development connection got loaded. Last time it was the QA connection, now this is the development connection. Now we all know that this env variable will be able to control which app settings to load at runtime. So we can now make it more dynamic so that it gets picked up based on some JSON file. Okay, so in order to achieve that, we'll create a new config file, config variable, and we'll add new configuration builder. Now to it, I'll add JSON file, and I will read the app settings over here. App settings dot JSON dot build. So now our configuration is ready. So I need to extract a particular section from this app settings.json. So if you see, this is the env variable. So let's go back to the program.cs. First of all, we need to make it static. Okay, so now env equal to config dot get section. Okay, G is capital, my mistake. Okay, so get section, what section do we need? We need the env section, but we are interested in its value, but we are interested in its value, so env.value. Now this env string becomes dynamic. We can make it empty, it's not required. Now based on this app-settings.json environment variable, our application will get loaded. So let's point it to dev for testing and run it. Okay, our application is loading, and now we are pointing to dev connections. So let's quickly switch it back to QA and see it in action. So we'll make it QA, save it, reload it. So it started pointing to QA. So guys, this is how you can manage different app settings in .NET Core. Hopefully you liked this video. For more such informative videos, do subscribe to our channel. Thank you.